Welcome back. Week 10. We are moving into the team projects now, and I'm really excited to look at the instruction manuals because I've seen a couple of them come in, and I think I'm going to learn how to make some really cool food. So I'm very excited. So thank you in advance for all that stuff. So what we're doing this week is getting set up to do the team projects. And it can be a kind of a chaotic mess because we don't meet in person, so we can't, do this when we're talking to each other. But this is how we'll do it. This is the same information that I put in the week 9 stuff. This is exactly what the team project is. Again, it's a kind of a real world scenario where you are a company or you're a group within a company, and you are going to be proposing a solution to a technical problem of some sort. And it can be any number of these, any one of these. You can take these and repurpose it. Just sort of do it your own way, because I've had teams do, 2 projects almost the same, back-to-back terms, and they always end up different because you find different information, things change over time, so that's fine. But you're going to be identifying a problem and writing a big technical research report about it, which I'll show you on Perusall a little bit more about that in just a second. Creating a website, and I'll show you some examples from previous terms from other classes. The website is your proposal. Just think we're now in virtual universe, and so a lot of places want these things online anyway, so it's a good chance to do that. There's information on here on how to create a project on OpenLab. Or you, like I said, if you've got somebody who's really good in your team at creating websites and want to start from scratch, you can, but there's, you don't have to. There's no reason to sort of reinvent the wheel, as they say. So the website is the proposal. It's also going to house your technical report for the, for the technical part of the potential client or the bosses, or just to have as backup, right? So that you've got all this information there. A presentation that most of the time people put them on their home page, and there's some fun stuff about how to do that. You can use PowerPoint, you can use Google Slides, you can use a Canva presentation. There's a lot of ways to do it. And then when you're done, you'll do the individual reflections. So again, here's the flow chart. Here's the problem. You create a report and a website and presentation, and then everybody does this reflection report at the end. Right. So again, this is what I had last time. Now, what's happening this week is you should post your idea for a project on this Padlet, which is right here. So just as usual, hit the you can't see it because my thing's in the way. Hit the little thing and put your name. Put the subject and your name, okay? And when you do that, and then you post it, you put pictures up if you want to. This is really more just sort of brainstorming ideas. If you go over here to the Padlet and see something that you're also interested in, put it in the comments. So if I'm doing greenhouse gases, okay, check, and posting it. Then you add a comment. Put your name, JB. I'd like to do this too. And a good thing to do is you can put your email address on here, or I can send the team email addresses that I get off of CUNY First. Those are all going to be City Tech email addresses. If you have one you have different, you can email it to me if you don't want to put it on the Padlet. This Padlet is just for this class, so it's not like you're sharing with the rest of the universe, but that's up to you. So then you just put this, and I can't spell. Right? I still can't spell. I can't type. Right? And so then we sort of start gathering in groups. So by Tuesday, get some ideas up here. Look and see if your idea kind of meshes with other people. We'll kind of start forming these groups, and then on Tuesday, I'll take a look at all of this, and I'll contact the people who seem to have similar ideas or similar interests, and you will become team greenhouse, whatever you want to do. Okay, so this is the first thing you need to do, is to go over to the Padlet and put your ideas and your name up here, back over here. that's the first thing. Like I said, this can get a little crazy because we're not in person, but we'll figure it. I haven't lost anybody yet, so we'll figure it out. Now you can text each other using the DM function on Slack, which I don't think you can see from where I am, probably not. But there's a direct message function in our Slack site, and you can DM each other. Slack, you can also set up work teams. I can set you up a channel for your team. I did this last summer, and it worked really well. I had four teams, and 3 of them used the Slack channel as their communication channel workspace. The other one used Discord, and that's fine. It doesn't make any bit of difference to me as long as you can communicate with each other. So, also this Zoom link is open anytime. It's recurring. Here's the passcode and the meeting ID. So your team can also use this if you want to do a real-time meeting. You can, of course, use FaceTime and whatever else you want to do. So I'll get the team set up by Thursday, and then by the next week, every team needs to kind of get together and set up a team charter and set up a tentative task list. And they're in, I think I showed you guys this last week, but they're over here in the drive in the team materials. So just copy. Here's the general instructions on what to do about it. All right, so this is for this evaluation thing is for the end of the term, but the team charter and the team task list, you don't have to do these. I would really strongly urge you to do a team charter, because every time I've done this, and we do this in the video game class that I co-teach with the CST department. A team charter has saved a bunch of people's sanity because you get the rules all laid down as a group. And so if somebody drops the ball, they know what the consequences are. And I as the instructor, we for the ID class I teach, we know what's happened. So we can kind of keep track and who was responsible and who did what and what the team rules were, right? So the team charter is an important thing to have, and it looks like it's pretty simple. When you get together for your first meeting, this individual commitment, everybody has sent me these individual assessment worksheets. If you haven't, this is the time to share them with your team so that you can say, what the strengths of the team are, who's good at this and who's good at, not so good at that. Individual commitment, time constraints. Some people are working like 97 jobs and have family on top of it and school full time. So, commitment, other concerns, conflict resolution, all that kind of stuff. With typo. All right, so that's the team charter. And then the task list, this is just a flow chart. And if you've ever done project management, you may have run into Microsoft Project or some of the other. A lot of people use. Well, there's a lot of these programs. Like the name of which I can't remember it off the top of my head, but a lot of these kind of flow charts where you set up the task and the deadline. Contribution value is kind of a way to divvy up the work so that everybody's kind of getting an even amount, so nobody feels like they're being overworked, right? And then the status. So again, you can put it on a spreadsheet. You can, it doesn't make a bit of difference. Just as long as somebody has got sort of control of what the task list is. I don't care where you keep it or how you do it. It's really up to you. This is just an example, okay, of what you could do. So those are the things that you'll need to do for. Let me go back to here. Your first meeting is to set all that stuff up, and I'm going to do this, and to you set yourself up a folder if you want to, and do set up a folder. I may go ahead and set up the folders, but it's probably better if you did it. And you can drop those charters and task lists in here so that everybody can get their hands on them. Now, you do not have to do all your work in Google in this drive in Google Docs. Again, your team can set up how you want to do it. Some of you are very experienced working with team projects, either in the real world or in your classes. So, do whatever works best for you. I'm not going to dictate how it needs to be done because, it doesn't matter. But just this is available to you. It's like the Zoom room is available to you. That's what that is. And go back over here. There it is. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to do, and you need to kind of get that done and up and running, and then you're off. Okay. Now there's a couple of, now I changed this a little bit from last week. I added this wonderful video in Perusall that's called Death by PowerPoint. A, it's a laugh, and B, it will remind you what not to do when you're doing presentations. It's really very funny. So read and annotate. There's a couple of them. Where's the proposal? There's one on proposals to read for this week, and then you can read these in any order that you want. I mean, at any time you want to. This is just sort of, this is kind of how they work. They fall in the workflow, but again, it's up to you how you want to do it. This one on proposals, they're all right here. Here's Death by PowerPoint. Proposals will show you, you know, what you need to put in it, what a proposal generally looks like. And most of you have done these, but this just gives you some real hardcore, you know, hard and fast information about what goes into them. Okay, this kind of stuff. And then the sections of a proposal. Now, your website is your proposal, but these are the things that you're going to need to think about in order to create your website, your proposal website. Okay, so that's one of the things that you'll be reading. Another one is on technical reports. This is dry as sand, but it does have all the information in it that you need. I keep looking for better examples, and there just hardly are any. So just read through this, and it will, whoops, my Perusall has decided to have an respect down. So I'm going to go back over here. I do put a link of a sample paper. This is on the Purdue OWL site to show you how this technical report should look. All right. Let's see if I can get my I'm having trouble with my computer, but this is an example of an APA student paper, and it will walk you through all of the sections of it. So when your group writes this technical report, and there's a lot of components to it. It's like it's 4,000 or 6,000 words, so a lot of information needs to be brought to bear on this. You know, research from the professional journals, you know, everything that you know or have learned about that particular topic or issue or problem needs to be in here. So this will show you how to set up the proposal. And this proposal is something that you will be attaching as a tab on your project site. Okay, so this is what one of these looks like. So it's all in here too. So samples here. Now, if you want to create a site using OpenLab, I've got this. These are links to OpenLab help show you how to create a project. It's really pretty simple. You get an admin. Somebody gets designated admin, and then you can get into the back end and start messing with it. Like for example, on this one, this is our class. So this is the back end, this is the dashboard. And I can do things like get in here and change themes, right? So right now I'm using this theme, but you can pick other themes for your site once you get your project site set up. Right? Most people tend to pick whatever is the most the one that OpenLab is recommending these days, which right now is Hemingway, I think. Although over time they've done 2013 and 2012 and you'll see some other ones. I'll show you some. This one, Jillian, is some of the other classes use this one. So you get to choose your theme, right? So you get on the back end and you can change it. You can change the menus and the headers and stuff. If you start having trouble, you want to meet with me. Be happy to meet with you, because I've been working with OpenLab pretty much since I got to City Tech, and I know how to make it work pretty well. So if you want to do an OpenLab project, and let me show you some that students have done. Where am I? Wrong class, wrong week. Okay. So these are some projects that students in other classes have done. This one's on cloud computing. So you can see here's the home page. They put their presentation on here. You know, record it as a YouTube. Get over to YouTube. Most of you know how to do things off of YouTube and grab the link and put it on here. And OpenLab makes it really easy to link a video on here. You've been doing the blogs, your blog post, and one of the things that you can choose is video, and you just drop the YouTube link in there, and that's where it will be. Okay, so this was theirs, in an introduction, which was not much of anything. See, this is pretty short. The threats, proposed solutions. Okay, and they've also, I don't know where they've, here's the report. Their report is someplace, I'm not quite sure where it is, and then an about. Okay, the different people. This one's sort of incomplete. That's this one. Here's another one. This is the Jillian one. Okay, so there's their menu is over on this side, right? Here's their video, and then they've broken it out by pieces. This class didn't. Their technical report was in a different space, a different spot than here, but this one, it works just fine. Here's another one on greenhouse emissions, problem solutions, about us, and this is their document. There's the report, the big tech. It's supposed to be their big technical report, okay, which is right there. Not a beautiful table of contents, I must say, but you know, this was theirs. Right. And then another one. Okay, problem, results, discussion, recommendations, and so they really split it up into different things. And then this is their complete, again, their report, a technical report for Professor Choi's class. This one looks a little nicer. Okay, it's got all the stuff in it, and it's laid out the way it's supposed to. And one more, this one on cyber attacks. These people got. One of the things you can do with these is you can change these headers, these background images very easily. You just get into customize and then go to appearance, and it'll give you a whole bunch of choices. I'll show you in a second. I can show you one here. And so here's their presentation and their report, and then, you know, problem solution and about the team. So that's some of the things. Those are examples. Let me see if I can go back to my. There we go. So they're all here. This is all of the ones I just showed you. So you can kind of take a look at them. Again, building a project site in OpenLab, it'll tell you what to do. One more thing on how to change up things technically. Dashboard. Sorry. Appearance. Customize. And this is when you can get in and change, you know, site identity. That's what mine is. You can change the header image. That's what I've got. You can see all the header images I've used over time. Okay, and publish, and you're fine. You're good to go. So it's a pretty simple. WordPress has gotten, this is a WordPress. This is WordPress. So it's gotten much better over the almost 15 years that I've been playing around with it. So that's really all there is to it. So your job is, well, I need to go back to the weekly minutes, is to you know, come up with some ideas, put them on the Padlet, and we'll get the team set up next week. If you want to contact each other ahead of time by Thursday, that's fine. Let's let me know, drop me a message on Slack and say that your team is sort of already together, and ask for any help that you need. The same, you can email me, same deal. So this is for this next week. Doing the teams. It'll give you a chance to also, if you want to do any revisions on anything that you've been working on up to now, like the summary or the expanded definitions. And yes, I am behind, and I don't want to talk about it. But it's just, that's the term that it's been. You can do that. You can do this week. There's plenty of time to do it. Or you can use the time to read these things and peruse all about proposals, whatever it is. Proposals, just said that. Technical reports. This design and readability one is kind of fun. It's very long. You don't have to read the whole thing. Just skim through it. And then the death by PowerPoint will just make you freaking laugh. All right. So I think that's all I've got here. If anybody has any questions, let me know. I will get the instruction manuals the grades up. Give me a week. It probably won't take me that long because they're kind of fun to read, and they're not as hard as reading technical reports. So questions, problems, issues, send me a text on Slack or send me an email, and I will drop you a video next week. Okay, bye.